Harper Audio presents Cameron at 10 by Anthony Seldon and Peter Snowden, read by Dugald Bruce Lockhart. Introduction. The 21st Century Baldwin. David Cameron did not expect to win the general election on the 7th of May 2015. Alongside many commentators, pollsters, and most of the country, he felt outright victory, however narrow, was out of reach. The result gave him an authority he had never before possessed, not least within the Conservative Party, and ensures that his premiership will be seen as one of significant historical importance. Even before the election, he was the sixth longest-serving Conservative Prime Minister since 1900, after Margaret Thatcher, 11 years, Winston Churchill, 9, Stanley Baldwin, 8, John Major, 7, and Harold Macmillan, 6. His announcement in March 2015 that he will not fight another election means that if he serves most of a second term, he will become the second longest-serving Conservative Prime Minister since 1902. By the time of the 2015 general election, he had served 9.5 years as leader of the Conservative Party, making him one of the longest-serving leaders in the party's history. There are other reasons why Cameron is a figure worthy of our attention. When he assumed office in May 2010, he was the youngest Prime Minister of any party since Lord Liverpool in June 1812. The Chancellor, George Osborne, the youngest holder of that office for over 120 years, became quite exceptionally powerful during Cameron's premiership. Was this effectively a joint leadership? Did their youth and inexperience, neither had any ministerial track record, have downsides? Cameron was the first Prime Minister since the 1930s to head a peacetime coalition government. How did he approach leading a joint administration with the Lib Dems? What role did official Deputy Prime Minister Nick Clegg play? And what did the Liberal Democrats get out of the deal? They came to power during the worst economic crisis for 80 years. Did they over-dramatise the problems, and how well did they tackle them? This book looks in depth at these questions. Cameron at 10 is divided into 40 chapters, each discussing an event, decision or episode in the life of the Prime Minister and number 10. It would be impossible to relay all that happened in these 5 crowded years. Hence the focus on those 40 stories we deem the most telling. To help capture the unrelenting pace of events, we have written most of the account in the present tense, bringing life to the medium of contemporary history. The book is based on extensive inside interviews, 300, and a variety of documents. When the government archives are opened, further details will naturally come to light. But we believe that the principal facts, and indeed judgments, on these 5 years will not change substantially. What kind of Prime Minister was David Cameron? What were his personal strengths and weaknesses? Harold Macmillan, a fellow Etonian, is the Prime Minister to whom Cameron has most usually been compared, not least by himself. Similarities exist, certainly, above all in their pragmatic and measured approach to statecraft. But Macmillan was to the left of Cameron and was the more cautious figure. Stanley Baldwin provides the more revealing comparison, above all during his leadership of the 1931 to 1935 national government. Although Labour's Ramsay MacDonald was nominally Prime Minister during those 4 years, the Conservatives were the largest party, and Baldwin practically led the government as Lord President of the Council. Baldwin's keen sense of public opinion provides a strong similarity with Cameron, as does being neither doctrinaire nor ideologically driven. Each man possessed a very English, patrician vision of the nation, and a strong commitment to social justice and service. Both exuded a natural sense of confidence, and did not have to exert themselves over others. When the occasion demanded, and it often did, they were cutters and trimmers, in an effort to hold their parties and coalitions together. Both were criticised for this, but they would respond that national priorities, party management, and coalition cohesion necessitated their ducking and weaving. They brushed aside setbacks and doubts about them. Cameron, despite being 20 years Baldwin's junior when in office, was the more comfortable and self-confident figure, coming across as unruffled because he was unruffled. The coalitions of 1931 to 5 and 2010 to 15 had striking similarities too. The prime objective of each was
Sample complete. Ready to continue?